Hello, good morning and welcome to The United Stands, the place to get all your latest Manchester United transfer news with real fan opinion. And first of all, I just want to say three things. It's coming home. But let's crack on. Manchester United, Cristiano Ronaldo snubbed by Manchester United for Gareth Bale. Is that a realistic headline? If we are to believe that Manchester United were offered Gareth Bale and they did snub him, the rest of that story is that United snubbed him because they want to spend their money elsewhere. What if that money is set aside for Gareth Bale? Because Gareth Bale always looks the more realistic option for Manchester United this summer. But before I talk about that, I just want to say two things. One, I'm reluctant to listen to the opinion that, I'm fed up of us being linked with Neymar and Messi and Bale and Ronaldo. We're never going to get them. That mentality needs to stop as far as I'm concerned. 3 months ago, if somebody had said Juventus are going to sign Cristiano Ronaldo, they would have been laughed out of whatever room they were in. Totally and utterly. And I probably would have been there laughing at them. What this has shown is that United over the years have flirted with bringing Ronaldo back and he's signed new contracts, or it's never happened, but it's been all over the press. Juventus, over 2 weeks, have gone from being laughed at being linked to Ronaldo to signing Ronaldo, the best player in the world, from Real Madrid. This shows one thing, that anything is possible. And Manchester United have got way more expendable income than Juventus have. So if Juventus can pull off a deal like this, Manchester United can pull off any deal. What stops that deal potentially from happening is what's been mentioned a lot at the moment. It's the board and their reluctance to spend a lot of money because they've got to think about profits and things like that. But United can do anything. And I choose to move on from the negativity of us not getting Ronaldo and maybe snubbing him to looking at a more positive outcome here. That maybe we had plans in place that we didn't want to change to bring in Ronaldo. That would have meant sacrificing certain things. I started this summer with 3 signings that I would have took personally and been happy as seen as progress. That would have been Fred, that would have been Sandro, that would have been Milinkovic-Savic. So we've got Fred, Sandro could happen any day, and Milinkovic-Savic is still very, very much possible. And those 3 signings were back in May when I had no idea about Ronaldo, didn't really feel we needed an attacker and didn't feel we needed a centre-back. So, Gareth Bale, could he be a realistic option? Well, is he going to stay at Real Madrid? At the moment, it probably looks like he could. But after the Champions League final, it looked like he wasn't going to do that. There is a new manager in play. I don't know how Real Madrid... I'm massively interested on how Real Madrid are going to replace Ronaldo and how and why they've let him go for £100 million when he's still the best player in the world and he's their most focal point, consistent winner in their team. How do you replace that? If they think Eden Hazard can replace that, they're severely mistaken. Neymar's probably the one to do that, but that's going to cost them a lot of money to do that. So I'm intrigued, because the reason I'm intrigued is if they do bring Neymar in, how does that change Bale's situation? And maybe they sell Bale because they need a lot of money this summer. Real Madrid can't go and spend £1 billion. They've still got to justify it under financial fair play. And if Neymar's going to cost 200 million, they've only got 100 from Ronaldo. They'll have their own transfer budget as well, but they've still got to offload people. Gareth Bale could bring in another 80 million, which could come in from United. So Gareth Bale could happen. The interesting thing as well is, before I talk about some of the other names from today, is that even if Bale doesn't happen, can Real Madrid spend 100, 200 million? I mean, because even if they got Eden Hazard, that's 150. So can Real Madrid replace Ronaldo, which is going to cost them around £200 million, and sign Milinkovic-Savic, who's going to cost 80 million? I don't think they can. And I don't think they need to either. So Milinkovic-Savic, to me, maybe a couple of weeks ago looked like we weren't going to do it. I even said it in a video because I thought Juventus clearly could afford Milinkovic-Savic, but they've gone and done something with Ronaldo. They won't be getting Milinkovic-Savic now. Can Real Madrid really afford Milinkovic-Savic when they're replacing him? So where else does he go? Because he's not going to suit City, he's not going to go Liverpool, he's not going to go Chelsea. Is he going to stay at Lazio, or is he suddenly back on the table for Manchester United? Because I tell you what, I'd still happily, joyfully, triumphantly come out of this transfer window with Sandro, Fred and Milinkovic-Savic and say that that's a good window. Just those 3 players. Me personally, I know it's been a bit of an odd transfer window again, but I would do. So it's interesting, and I'm choosing to... I still think it's a mistake. I still would have gone and got Ronaldo if it was possible, or at least tried, and publicly made it be known that it was tried, especially when Jose Mourinho said a couple of months ago that Ronaldo won't leave Real Madrid, but if he did leave Real Madrid, this is the sort of club that would go to try and get him. So what's happened there? We don't know. But if plans are in place and money's in place to do deals that we want to do, I'm intrigued to see what those deals are going to be, because you've got to stay positive, haven't you? Anyway, let's talk about Kieran Trippier, just to lighten the mood a little bit. Kieran Trippier, I think it was in the Express. Manchester United want Kieran Trippier, and bookies have us quite good odds to sign him. This is hilarious. Harry Maguire's one thing. Getting him from Leicester, potentially it could be done. Getting Kieran Trippier from Spurs, where he's their first choice right back, keeping out Sergio Aurier, is absolutely amazing for England. And I think he's a Man City fan. This is just not going to happen. This is not going to happen. I mean, the only reason I'm mentioning it is, one, because it's a nonsense story, but two, how much I would like him to come to Manchester United, because his ball delivery, he's got the best ball delivery I've seen since David Beckham in an England shirt. And to have somebody doing that down the right-hand side, and hopefully Sandro doing it down the left-hand side, imagine the improvement of Manchester United. But it's not going to happen, because we've got Valencia as our captain, and we've signed Dalot, who plays right back as well. So it's not going to happen, but I would take him if it was available. Another thing that sort of links in with Real Madrid and Manchester United is David Alaba from Bayern Munich, who's a left back. There was a story yesterday that I read that Real Madrid are going to use some of the money that they've got from Ronaldo to go head-to-head with Manchester United for David Alaba, which I found ridiculous, because, again, this is the sort of thing whereby they've already got Marcelo. So there was some rumour yesterday that Marcelo might follow Ronaldo to Juventus because he loves Ronaldo, which means obviously Sandro's going to go, which we think anyway. And then Real Madrid would move for David Alaba. But where the United connection comes in, I don't know. I mean, he's a good left back, 26. He's a very good left back. And I've heard you lot mention him before. I've never heard United being linked to him, so I genuinely don't see anything happening with that. Daley Blind has been mentioned again around Ajax. I mean, if Ajax, well, I suppose this is the summer where anything's possible. I didn't think Juventus could financially justify getting Ronaldo. I don't think that Ajax can financially bring Daley Blind back to Ajax, but maybe they can. They don't have a lot of money, and I imagine Daley Blind we'd want probably... I mean, how old's Daley Blind? Is he about 27? So he's, we shouldn't be letting him go for anything less than 15 million. And if they can afford his wages as well. But Blind needs to go. As I said last night, Blind and Darmian need to go, and they need to go quickly. And Juventus are interested in Darmian. The amazing thing about Darmian is, and I've said this so many times because I do watch a lot of Serie A, and I'll be watching a lot of it next season now with Ronaldo there. But despite what we think of Darmian, and he did play poorly last season, he's very well thought of in Italy, and there will be clubs like Inter Milan, Napoli and Juventus especially who want Darmian. So Darmian's a very, very important player for Manchester United, especially in relation to Sandro, because that could be the key that gets that over the line, and we want that over the line quickly. We don't want Darmian and Blind on the US tour taking up spots that young players could get some really good experience. I mean, the US tour's great. I'm really looking forward to it. We'll do watch-alongs. Join us for that, and it's the start of the season after the World Cup. Really excited about the US Tour. What do you learn from the US Tour? Well, anyone who's watched it with us before or watched it in their own right will know that you don't learn anything about what your season form's going to be, but it's a great experience to get out there, get a bit of football, play in front of the American fans, but also the most important thing is what some of the youngsters can get from it, and what they can show to Jose Mourinho. So that's what I want to see. Really, really badly want to see that. But let's try and maintain a little bit of positivity. As I said last night, Mourinho's not out there doing the deals. That's Ed Woodward's job, and Mourinho could have given him a really good list of 4 or 5 players back in May that we may not get sorted out till the end of July, because that's how long Woodward's going to take. So I understand the frustration, but really, should it be levelled at Mourinho? The Ronaldo thing is the Ronaldo thing, and maybe it will come out, the truth will come out at some point, but maybe the reason we haven't gone for him, which is the reason that's sort of circulating, is because we don't want to alter our plans. Now, you can always justify that, well, Mourinho should have been allowed to have his plans anyway, but the club should have looked at the commercial value of Ronaldo and just found another 100 million. But let's see what these plans are first. What are these plans that we've got that we don't want to delve into a Ronaldo deal? So I'm intrigued to see what that is, because, I would have moved heaven and earth to get Ronaldo back to Manchester United, not just because he's played here before and he's one of the world's best players, but because you can't refuse a player like that. What he would have brought, him and the team might have been, Ronaldo in your team, as far-fetched as it feels at the moment, I think maybe we would have won the league. So let's see what those plans are before we justify those against it. Anyway, I'm live on That's Football tonight from 6:30 with a watch along for England versus Croatia. Come on, France final with England. Oh, it would be brilliant. So you can join me on That's Football for that. And I'm also live on the United Stand straight after England, however long it takes. So keep your eye out. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll speak to you all later. And please do drop a like on the video.